back to that 6th inning, taking CC out in that situation after he had retired 12 of 13. Why did you decide to lift him at that point?
Well, we looked at, this is kind of what we've done all year with Greeny. It was set up for Greeny to come in, and, I decided to go. Usually we give CC, somewhere around 90 pitches. I think he was at 80, and it was set up for our bullpen. And I went there, and it didn't work.
On the center aisle, Andrew.
Joe, with Chisenhall, what happened on not challenging the hit by pitch?
Yeah, there was nothing that told us that he was not hit on the pitch. By the time we got the super slow-mo, we were a minute, probably beyond a minute. It was way too late. They tell us we have 30 seconds. They will take longer in replay. And probably being a catcher, my thought is I never want to break a pitcher's rhythm. That's how I think about it. So if it's not something, there was nothing that said he was not hit.
Did you wait in and ask for more time?
They said 30 seconds. We talk about that in the meeting all the time.
Joel, to your right, Joe.
Joe, it seemed, though, that Sanchez was trying to say that he was hit.
Right.
Being it's already the 6th inning, why not just go ahead and do it?
I guess I could have, Joel, again, being the catcher that I am, I think about rhythm, for the pitcher and not taking him out of his rhythm.
Other questions? In the back, we'll get you the microphone.
Joe, it might be too soon to tell, but who will or who will not be available for the game 3?
I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see.
And then Tanaka still stay for it.
Yeah.
On the center, Andrew.
Joe, you used Chapman for 2 innings. Did you think about bringing him in the 8th so you could duck on the 8th?
Yeah, I had him up to relieve Robbie if I felt that we needed him. The one thing that we haven't done a whole lot is throwing Chappie 2 innings, and you're never sure how that first inning, what if he throws 22, 23 pitches? But he was very efficient tonight and threw really well.
Joel.
Joe, both Chapman and Robertson warmed in the 6th, and
Chapman was just up playing catch.
Oh, okay. So you had Robertson up, and I think it was both Gomes and Chisenhall had longer bats against Green, fouling off a lot of pitches, which may have indicated it wasn't his best stuff on the night. Did you think about lifting him for either Chisenhall or ultimately Lindor when it turned over?
No, because he's had success off of Lindor, and so I did not think of lifting him. His last hitter was going to be Lindor, obviously, but he's pitched really well against Lindor.
John.
Joe, sorry, I heard you say 30 seconds as we were coming in. You said you didn't have an answer in time on the challenge?
No, we did not have the replay that showed he was not hit.
Okay, so you couldn't challenge?
I guess in hindsight, yes, I could. But as I said earlier, being a catcher, I think about rhythm and never want to take a pitcher out of a rhythm and have them stand over there 2 minutes to tell me that he wasn't hit.
Dave, and then Brian.
Joe, I know you said before the game you weren't sure if you had Robertson or not, just based on when he was coming off. Did you think Green and Robertson were both up to speed after what they had been through on Tuesday already, or was it based on their stuff and how they were throwing?
I thought they threw pretty well. Robertson went through that inning in a 3rd and was really, really good. Jay Bruce has hurt us this whole series, and he hurt us again tonight.
Brian, and then Andrew.
Joe, if I'm not mistaken, that happened earlier this year where you guys didn't have the replay in
the
time.
super slow-mo, yeah.
Why does that happen, and is there anything that can be done to fix it?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why it happens. It's usually the last replay, and you're at the mercy of the telecast what replays you get.
Andrew in the center.
Joe, I know you've done this a lot with Green, but with CC, 12 out of 13.
Yeah.
I know, were you... I mean,
Larry and I talked about it, and we just felt that, Greeny's been really good in this spot, and let's do it. And we thought the inning before they hit some balls, on the screws, and we decided to make a change.
Take a couple last ones, Joel.
Yeah.
Joe, I assume at some point it was relayed to you that he was actually hit the knob of the bat. When were you alerted that that was the case? And I'm assuming I know what the reaction is, but can you take us through some of your emotion at that point? Especially with what happened afterwards.
It's probably about, it's when Lindor's coming up the bat, in a sense, that we're alerted, and it's frustrating, because if he calls that he's not hit, then nothing ever happens, and maybe they replay it, I don't know. But, he made no signal that he was hit. The umpire thought he was hit. I know Gary said it. We looked at it. We had no super slow-mo at that time. You know, again, I'm going to reiterate, I think about, you know, keeping a pitcher rhythm. Maybe I'll think different now.
Take two last ones, John.
Joe, just to be clear, did you go ahead and say the umps were not challenging, or did they say you're out of time? Or how did that
No. I told them after the 30 seconds we weren't challenging.
And then we'll finish up right here.
Is that something that needs to change? If they're going to give you all kinds of different replays, do they need to be given to you within the 30 seconds?
Yeah, you know, you hope that the super slow-mo, you get it within the 30 seconds, but sometimes you don't get it for like a minute. You know, it's something I guess we can talk about moving forward.
Joe, thanks very much.
Yeah.